My name's Malcolm Reed. I live in a quiet suburb called Briar Glen, a neighborhood that tries really hard to look like a postcard, but sometimes forgets to act like one. Now, I don't usually cause waves. I work in intelligence, been doing it for 15 years. Officially, I'm a government analyst. Unofficially, let's just say I know things most folks wouldn't believe. But I'm also a single dad, and my top priority has always been my son, Elijah. Elijah just turned 16. Smart kid, big heart, terrible at chores. Like most teens, he'd rather be on his PlayStation than behind a lawnmower. So I made him a deal. He mows both the front and backyards, and I'll get him his favorite triple cheeseburger, curly fries, and a large strawberry milkshake. That's what we call high-stakes motivation. It was a Saturday morning. Sun shining, birds singing, yard looking like a jungle after a week of spring rain. I reminded Elijah about the deal. He groaned but grabbed the mower and got to work. I watched from my office window, smiling. He was actually doing a good job. Then it happened. Our newest neighbors, the Crawfords, had only been around for 2 months, but they already acted like they owned the block. Donna Crawford was the self-appointed morality police. Her husband, Officer Brent Crawford, was a local cop known for his aggressive demeanor and whispered stories that never quite made it into a report. Elijah had just moved to the front lawn when I heard the yelling. I looked out the window and saw Donna on our property, finger jabbing toward my son like he was a criminal. And right beside her was Brent, still in uniform, hand resting casually on his holstered weapon. I bolted out the front door. Donna was going off about how Elijah looked suspicious. Said she'd never seen him before. He was mowing our lawn. Brent demanded Elijah's ID. My son looked terrified but held his ground. I stepped in. Is there a problem here? I asked, standing beside Elijah. Brent puffed up like a rooster in a badge. Sir, we've had reports of a suspicious person. I'm going to need to see some identification. No, you don't, I said, calm but firm. This is my son. This is our home. He's mowing our lawn. You're trespassing. Donna's face twisted in disbelief. You live here? She asked, like I'd claimed to own Buckingham Palace. 8 years and counting, I replied. Brent's hand twitched on his holster. I'm not asking. Show me your ID. Now. I told Elijah to go inside and grab my wallet. He hesitated. I nodded. It's okay. He returned with not just my wallet but his phone, recording. I've been filming since I went inside, Elijah said, voice steady. And I already sent the video to Uncle Drew. That changed the energy real fast. Brent went pale. Drew is my closest collegiate internal affairs investigator with some serious pull. Brent had no clue just how deep this hole he was digging really went. I showed my ID. CIA credentials. Brent froze. Donna. She doubled down. That's fake. He's lying. Richard. Arrest him. Brent looked like a man stuck in a malfunctioning elevator, sweating, panicking, trying to keep it together. Then, he made a mistake. He grabbed my arm. I didn't resist. I just looked him dead in the eye. You are now assaulting a federal officer. Let go, or face charges that'll make your pension disappear. He released me. The next 48 hours were a blur of phone calls and emails. Drew and his team launched an internal investigation. Turns out Brent had a record a mile long, 19 complaints, most involving excessive force or racial bias. Even more damning, surveillance footage caught him meeting with a local fixer connected to dirty side deals. The dominoes started falling. 3 more officers were implicated. Brent was suspended. His badge, gun, and dignity stripped in less than a week. As for Donna, she tried to raise a stink. Called every friend she had in the department. But with Brent out of the picture, her protection vanished. Turns out she had 3 civil complaints from their previous neighborhood for harassment. All quietly settled. Not anymore. 2 weeks later, a moving truck pulled up. The Crawfords were gone. Elijah. He stood a little taller. He went back to mowing the lawn the next weekend. Not because I bribed him, but because he wanted to. He said, "They tried to scare me, but I finished the job anyway." That night, we went to grab his burger, fries, and to eat a large milkshake. Neighbors waved. One even thanked us. Word had spread. Justice doesn't always show up in a courtroom. Sometimes, it's a teenager with a lawn mower and a father who refuses to back down. So let me ask you, have you ever had to stand up to someone abusing their power? Or face prejudice just for existing in your own space? Let's talk about it in the comments. I want to hear your story. And if you believe accountability matters, hit like, subscribe, and share this video. You never know who might need to see it.